Hey everybody, welcome back. This is the Gerbil, and in today's vid we're looking at round 2 of this December GAC. I don't know, 5v5. I'm battling Wilson here. My Executor got double holds, which caused him to give up. But actually, no, it really wasn't Executor. Let's go look at the bottom territory. There's Chirpa with 10 holds. That's right, 10 holds. 10 holds. Oh man, those little murderers, furry freaks, they did so good. Look at that. 10 holds. Man, he must have been like really, really upset. Anyway, that does warrant some kind of bonus tonight. I think I'm going to give the murder bears an extra cookie with their potato for dinner. I mean, they deserve it, right? They deserve it. Anyway, here we go. We're going to take on Sith Eternal with Wampa, and because I'm a little nervous about that, even though it should not be a problem, I'm going to put some extra tenacity on him with a tenacity cron. So I've started using the Datacron search at the top. I totally didn't even realize that was there till recently. Hey, if you get any enjoyment out of this, give me a like and sub, please. Please, please, please. All right, here we go. Wampa versus C for the win, right? Okay, we got Shaak and health down. That's our healing immunity, and stun. Mother pus bucket. So that's a rarity, but and we got preloaded turn meter now. Good job, Gerbil. Pat myself on the back for that one. Yeah, so that is a realistic probability. It can happen. Doesn't matter how high your tenacity is, because Wampas would have been well over 200% to start that match out. You can still get dazed, stunned, health, but screwed, in other words, because as I understand it, whenever a negative status effect is attempted to be applied, there's a potency versus tenacity check. Then there is like the resistance check, I guess. And in any event, no matter how high the differential between the potency and the tenacity, I think that there is a stated 15% chance that the negative effect applies anyway. Of course, if there are certain other like I think tenacity up, I think, is plus like 9,999%, like no joke on that. And then there are other, of course there are, like, you know, buff immunities and other things that could prevent some kind of status effect, although buff immunity is only going to prevent buffs, right, not debuffs. But anyway, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Typical, I'm recording late at night, I'm tired, and down goes Revan. But the point is, no matter how high your tenacity is on a Wampa, it can, if the dice roll the wrong way, still get screwed like it did. Okay, so Jedi Master Luke versus Kenobi for me has never been a challenge. The threat really to me is the clock, because the AI is just eternally stupid. I mean, we're not talking like Skippy the Magnificent here. If we had Skippy running that AI, there'd be no way in hell that this could work. And if you don't get the Skippy reference, you need to stop. No, don't stop. After this video is over, you've got to Google Skippy the Magnificent Expeditionary Force Book 1, Columbus Day. I'm not a fan of the holiday, but the book series is amazing. I'm on book 15 right now. That shouldn't scare you away. It is amazing, and there is so many great takeaways from this series. One of my favorite quotes is Skippy. I'm a little bit of a spoiler here. Skippy is like an insanely intelligent ancient AI, artificial intelligence. And anyway, he's working with a group of stinky monkeys, humans, and the humans are trying to come up with a name, or a motto for their crew, their military. So they're trying to come up with a motto for their crew. And Skippy's like, ooh, I've got one. How about striving for competence? Of course, that doesn't go over well. And he's like, ooh, how about I put my pants on? Because from Skippy's perspective, we stupid monkeys are just filthy dirtbags who are incredibly ignorant and stupid. But anyway, I totally digressed. The AI in this game is so atrocious with Jedi Master Kenobi that if it had any thought power at all, it would just go straight for Jolie. Just drop Jolie. But for some reason, They don't. They go after Revan, and they go after Grandmaster Yoda, who I stupid monkey, did not include in this battle. I picked the wrong Yoda. So if you're looking at that going, why is Hermit Yoda in there? Well, yeah, Hermit Yoda is awesome in his own right, but he is not who I wanted there. I should have had GMY so that the opening move for Luke, who's faster, does his like cooldown reductions, calls Yoda in to give him the bonus turn meter so that Yoda takes extra turns before the opposing team does, so that he can spread all those buffs and you can just kind of rock out and try to hammer down Cat. Although half the time I actually go after basic Ahsoka. I'm not entirely sure why. I think it's because she's just annoying as all get up also. And because, like I said, the AI is dumb. It's not going to kill Jolee usually. I mean, I've done this battle 30, 40, maybe 50 times. It just doesn't go after Jolee until GMY and Revan are out of the picture. All right, now for that Sith over there who really, like, wrecked my Wampa. Damn, man, I hate when Wampa loses. Wampa's like one of the most fun characters in this game. Like, it's like one of those places you get actual enjoyment, because that last match, Jedi Master Luke versus Kenobi, that was not enjoyable. It's tedious. The clock is your enemy. You just have to grind your way through it and watch as assist after assist after assist after assist from your opponents hammer you over and over and over again until you eventually whittled them down. So flippin' annoying. Anyway, so yeah, when Wampa gets beat down like that, it's very frustrating. Anyway, Sith Watt versus Sith team is remarkably easy, especially if you manage to have your Watt die off before enemy Sith links with you. Then that's just fabulous, because you're almost guaranteed to win at that point. I mean, yeah, I suppose it's possible you could lose, but not likely. You link up, you build up mastery, you get your ultimate, and you just go pointy finger, zappy sky, blippity blop, and they all fall down, right? Here we go. Zap! There it is. See, one shot Malik, and I don't even remember who was over there. I just noticed that's Emperor Palpatine. Like, why the hell would he be there? I don't know. Do people actually put Emperor Palpatine these days with, like, Sith Eternal Emperor Palpatine? I hate that name too. Sith Eternal Emperor Palpatine. You know, I really, really wish that one of a billion Star Wars fans happened to have been on set when they were developing those sequels. They had their moments. I mean, the cinematography, like the actual effects, I think of some of them were beautiful, graphically gorgeous. But I mean, really, this whole I am every Jedi, I am every Sith, I thought that was just incredibly stupid. Just so dumb. And then it's all like Palpatine's like, strike me down, kill me, and I will whatever, right? Repeating his episode 6 lines with Luke. And yet, what does Rey do? She strikes him down. It's like, that's what he wanted to do. So what the hell happened? I just don't understand that. Maybe somebody can explain that in the comments, but I don't get it. Zap, zap. It's the Zap Wars. My Zap's better than your Zap. See, I win. And then, oh man, there's just so many things in those movies that just, like, I wish that those weren't even, I feel like I just wish those weren't even really Star Wars. I like the character. I like Rey's character. I know so many young girls. See, as a teacher, I see this quite often. I see a lot of young girls who like Rey and are motivated by Rey and have become Star Wars fans because of Rey. Now, I think that a lot of Rey's script writing could have been a lot better. But I appreciated Rey as the lead. I like that. I actually wish that she was a Skywalker. The whole, we're going to make her a Palpatine and then she'll choose to be a Skywalker at the end. I just didn't like that. I just didn't like that. I mean, and then for that matter, actually, she didn't even need to be a Skywalker. She was good enough in her own right? We don't have to have the same blood lineage back and forth, right? This isn't like Game of Thrones. Or is it? Ooh, anyway, that last team was really fun, right? I put Fifth Brother in there. I'm using the snot out of Fifth Brother these days. I like him with Emperor Palpatine. Because because his AoE is unavoidable blind on Jedi enemy. So, like in that last battle, there was Jedi Knight Anakin, right? And he's gonna take a few extra turns when his allies get hurt, but nah, blind, don't worry about it. Here we go, Grand Inquisitor for the win. Did you see how fast and easy he dropped Shaak Ti? I still remember vividly other YouTubers complaining about how nobody uses Shaak Ti, and Shaak Ti is still, you know, this is the team that we needed 2 or 3 years ago, and how, I'm sorry, I still see Shaak Ti all the time, and I bounce between Kyber 2 and 3. It just depends on my focus, like how focused I want to be in my GAC battles. Like, do I want to win them, or do I just want to enjoy them? This time I was actually convinced I was going to lose until I saw, because I wasn't going to put any time in this. I was just going to put no effort in it. But when I saw my opponent had failed to beat my Ewoks with 10 losses, I just had to go for it. Just had to. So here we go. A home 1 mirror match with the Raven's Claw. Can't wait for the Huffle's Puff to join us. And eventually maybe we'll get the Griffin's Door. Sorry, stupid jokes, but I do crack myself up at times. Yeah, home 1 mirror match. Both fleets minus Han's Millennium Falcon. It is so weird. Because my opponent did not have, I'm not joking, my opponent did not have Profundity. So where the hell was the Falcon? It's really baffles me how many people do not put much effort into their fleets. Like they'll have 3, 4, 5. This fella I think has 5 GLs, maybe has 6, and the fleets are just like, huh? Right? I mean, that's endurance with the Galactic Republic Y-Wing. Like, why is that not with Negotiator? And why is the Falcon not with Home 1 if he doesn't have Profundity? I don't get it. I don't get it. Well, why was Emperor Palpatine with Sith Eternal? I guess, I don't know, maybe that's a thing and I just don't know. Anyway, score for the win. So yesterday was my school's annual Christmas winter party. And for those of you who have never had the glorious experience of working or studying in an international school abroad, sometimes schools go all out. They're little micro communities that are really fascinating and fun to be with. And mine especially can get really fun. So we were on the 6th or 7th floor of an old brick building that's in a revived riverside shipping district. And so we had this beautiful, beautiful view of the Shanghai skyline across the river, and great, although excessively loud, music and insanely good food all night long. It was so good. The food was so good. Free flow wine, alcohol, take your pick, whatever you want. You know, mojitos and White Russians and Tsingtao beer, which is not the greatest of beers, but it's a good one. I enjoy it. Well, I shouldn't really say it's a good one, but I enjoy it, especially when it's free. Anyway, so the school also had a bunch of lucky draws, and I am proud to say that for the 2nd year in a row, I did win. I won I'm holding it right now, Bose Quiet Comfort 45 noise canceling over-ear headphones. Googled them here in China. They retail for about $350. I'm sure considerably cheaper in the States, but I don't care. Very happy I won them. Last year I won an iPad lucky draw. Super lucky. My wife is like, why don't we buy lottery tickets? Anyway, CLS versus Jedi Master Luke. Not a good idea. No. But I have won before in rare occasions. Killing Revan though is good enough, because that gets rid of Savior. Of course, if you kill Revan off the bat and he's not the leader, you know, he dies. If he's the leader, he revives, but he's not, so got rid of him. I think it's that way. I don't remember if it's that way or not. But anyway, if he's not the leader, target him, he dies, and then the savior doesn't help anyone else. All right, so Qui-Gon Jinn, Ackbar Omicron, Leia Omicron, Stormtrooper Han versus Qui-Gon Jinn. So this actually is going to work. This is going to be really hard, though. See, old Ben, you may observe here that every time I hit him, I'm not really doing enough damage relative to how quickly he's healing. And I do believe that's because of Barriss in the background. She's sitting there just... Every time you critically hit him, he's recovering, I think, 20% health. Barriss is so great. I love Barriss. So at first I was sitting there thinking, well, I'm screwed. See, I have no way with this team to get around taunt. Normally, you just kill whoever's taunting. Like if it's Bosk or something, no problem, just kill them. Hit them enough times, they eventually fall down. But Barriss has me kind of cornered until I turn on my brain and I start realizing, hey, Leia is doing enough damage to kill Ben. Leia is dropping his health pool. Stormtrooper Han is not. So also because every time Stormtrooper Han takes a turn, he's removing enemy, has a chance to remove enemy turn meter, I think it is. And every one of Ackbar and Han's basics, they both have a decent chance of gaining turn meter. So you get this opportunistic turn meter train, which means that if I can't break down old Ben's health because he's regenerating, and I keep taking too many turns, I will just time out. So at some point when I realized this, I set it to auto basic. And this kind of puts me in a dangerous spot because now they're going to go after somebody other than Stormtrooper Han. But what that allows to happen is the enemies to build up turn meter to take a turn. And when old Ben's taunt expires, you see we were able to quickly shift our focus and we just dropped both of the side Jedis, and now old Ben is easy. You get rid of Barriss and you just walk through there. It took me a while to figure that out in game. Yeah, the problem with playing GAC matches at like 11 o'clock after a school party, I should say work party, because there's no students or families, it's only teachers and faculty. And I don't know what your school was like. International school teachers are not like the typical public school teacher. You do not have, and I don't mean this with any disrespect at all, but you do not have the old tired teacher. There's a lot of ways I could say this. There are amazing teachers out there. I am a teacher. I have utmost respect for educators, but there are also a lot of teachers who are tired, who are burned out, who have lost motivation, interest, and the capacity perhaps to care for either their students or their career. Now, they are not the normal one, but there are many of them, and I've worked with several of them, and it is sad, and we can get into that later, but not today. In an international school setting, you typically have a younger, ambitious, outgoing, highly motivated group of educators. And so at this event, when I say school party, take any party you can think of related to a school and throw it away, because that's not what this was. This was, like I said, blaring DJs, photo booths, and formal attire, and dudes looking as sharp as it gets, and ladies looking as attractive as it gets. Because, like I said, many of them are young, ambitious, outgoing, and there is a monolithic wall sometimes between the teacher in the classroom and the individual personality outside of school. And that really shines through in these kind of events. And so it's so fun to see such a different side of the people you work with. Yeah. And by the way, if any of you are teachers or know anyone who's a teacher or know anyone who's planning to go into education and you really want to enjoy life and make money, you need to look at international teaching. So my first year teaching abroad in Shanghai, China, I saved more money in the bank, saved more money in 3 months than I was able to save in 5 years teaching in Oklahoma. And that is not a joke. Now that I've been teaching for 12 years abroad, just with raises and whatnot, I went back and I looked. The starting salary back in Oklahoma has increased in 12 years by roughly $3,000. That's like $3,000 in 12 years. That's $333 annually. That's just pathetic. My annual salary increase here, well, I'm not going to get into specifics. It has more than doubled. My actual salary has more than doubled. Wow, I just zipped through that last battle. Good job, troopers. Yeah, and so like I am now saving monthly what I could save every 2 years teaching in the States. And I know a lot of teachers who do this. Like Shanghai American School in Shanghai, China, for example, pays really, really good. I know staff who teach there or at Hong Kong International School or at some schools in Japan who are making $96,000 or more. So go teach internationally, learn how to really, really be an effective teacher, save enough cash, move home, buy a house, buy a car, and dedicate yourself to your career without worrying about your income. Anyway, I have really digressed. I hope you enjoyed this. Here's my win. Like and subscribe if you did, and I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.